Racing for the second time today coming in on board. They can't enter until 2 minutes and 10 seconds, then it's 2 minutes for Rossa Prada Pirelli. Exciting part for everybody in the fleet. Orient Express Racing were almost flawless in their win earlier today against the Lingy Red Bull Racing. Now they're up against Rossa Prada Pirelli, one of the favourites to go all the way to the Louis Vuitton Cup final.
Fantastic entry timing there, Orient Express Racing. Rossa Prada Pirelli entering on time as well, so stand by for a fantastic pre-start.
A week ago, Orient Express could go off the start, could they? They've learned a lot.
It's been a steep learning curve. The team doing a great job up against the powerhouse team here, match racing experts. Rossa Prada Pirelli.
Getting near the boundary, the French have to do something.
Both boats on J1 jibs, so the biggest jibs they can put on for power, as we saw the breeze dropping.
Thinking about going back with the tanker, guys.
Copy that.
Okay, full speed from here.
Real test for Pepin and Mondilla Pierre up against Spittle and Bruni.
He's got to go through the gas there, so
Stand by tank, boys.
speed.
Going in 3.
Quite early, Orient Express Racing here, so the Italians will tack and look to get a really good wind-up of speed here to get a big speed differential, put the French on the back foot.
Good positioning from the Italian unit. They can pick when they go and whether to attack or not. Orient Express slow.
Yeah, sailing back through the dirty air there, Orient Express Racing, so just digging the boat out of the hole there. Time on distance for Orient Express Racing. I've got Rossa Prada Pirelli very strong with a big speed differential coming here. We'll put the pressure on Orient Express Racing.
The door is open for Rossa.
Under 10 seconds to go for the start of race 4 and the Louis Vuitton Cup. It's going to be close to the line. And we are away. Orient Express Racing, Rossa Prada Pirelli. Race 4, Louis Vuitton Cup.
It didn't look pretty for Orient Express for a while, losing speed, but in the end, fantastic start from both teams.
Both teams getting off the line there. Orient Express just staying on the foils and re-digging themselves out of the hole, and they're in the race. Fantastic to see a great battle shaping up.
You will be second pretty soon. We do the usual stuff. Attack, not rush. Start edging. 3, 2, 1, 4 down.
This is where the pain for Orient Express Racing will start to be felt as they really struggle there to live off the hip of Rossa Prada Pirelli.
On to chase 0, Peter Lester. You almost thought for a moment that start that Orient Express Racing got a little bit excited, but they got away with it.
Come more down if you can.
They did a pretty good job of keeping the boat on the foils. I was sort of holding my breath there at one point. I thought, well, they're going to touch down. So the boat, to me, is quite forgiving, but a beautiful start by Jimmy Spittle, Francesco Bruni. They, off the line, they managed to get into that high mode, and they just gauged off Orient, and that was a pretty commanding pre-start by Rossa Prada Pirelli.
Oh, look at the bleed for Orient Express. Nearly 200 metres now. They've nowhere to go. Only option back into the boundary. And slow.
Really tough position for Orient Express Racing there. Rossa Prada Pirelli doing a really nice job just landing right on top of them on that tack on the exit of the boundary. And these twin skin mainsails exiting in light air absolutely bend the air and chop it up for the boat behind. So you're probably paying a 15 or 20% penalty in thrust if you're the boat behind. So basically getting a face full of dust and dirt as you try and exit the boundary there. So only option's really to hang in there and then try and get some clear air heading back out away to put a new tear off, new set of goggles on, whatever it takes to get a fresh breath of air, surely.
I'm sure we'll have a look at that pre-start again, Glenn, but so dangerous actually to get low in the box in light winds, because then you're coming back into all the bad air.
Both boats having to do one more tack to get through that top gate. Rossa Prada Pirelli probably just keeping it simple here and looking for a right turn.
Keeping the -3. Yep.
Rossa Prada Pirelli at the top gate for the first time in race 4 of the Louis Vuitton Cup. Holding off the early stages, Orient Express Racing, who've already got a win on the board today against Zillingi Red Bull Racing. That was in race 1. And in come Orient Express Racing. Let's look at the delta, see how far behind they are. Question always remains, as we saw in the last race, can you catch up? American Magic almost did in the last race against Ineos Britannia. Around the Orient Express Racing on the downwind leg. 27 seconds.
Ah, on a un super gauche, je pense, et on dort pas mal.
Ouais, carrément.
Dans l'instant, c'est bon VMG pour nous.
Only 7 to 8 knots of breeze on the racetrack at the moment.
Prochain droite, faudra le prendre.
French sailing into a little bit of pressure there. On the right-hand side, looking downwind and making a little gain back there on the Italians, but having to execute this manoeuvre and then possibly sailing into some light breeze. So hopefully they can stay in touch and keep the race alive.
Massive light wind bubble, more than often right at the gates at the bottom of the course. And I don't know if that's caused by it's very close to the beach. I mean, actually, the spectators are loving it. They can see everything there.
Trending right now.
Maybe it's to do with that.
Fantastic shot up the back of the mainsail there.
Yeah, this is a righty.
Rossa Prada Pirelli.
Hey, stand by, guys. 3, 2, 1, just coming down a little.
Yep.
I love listening to Francesco Bruni and Jimmy Spittle. It's so chilled, isn't it? And relaxed. Of course, they invented sharing the helm, these two.
Possiamo mettere mappa 10, eh?
Nice one, mate. Nice angoliere dans l'eau.
Nice mix of Italian and English there on board. Jimmy Spittle only speaking about 2 words of Italian.
Can we get the helicopter away? It's right in our wind.
About as much French as you, right?
Oui, oui.
There it is, we're done.
Check the ley line, Jimmy.
Up software, a little past software for me.
Yeah, I get it.
Orient Express Racing there, staying in touch
Anytime, yep.
with Rossa Prada Pirelli. VMG,
Well done.
a little bit hard to tell there as they both bore away into the jibe. But very, very similar performance downwind here at the moment in similar breeze.
Wind is lighter at the bottom of the course, between 6 and 8 knots, right in the danger zone.
Hey, trying to get down here.
This is what. Getting speed, yeah. That's good. Let's start
We
coming
got the
down.
power here, guys. Maybe one and in here. Well, really soft.
Yeah, one and in is fine as well.
Up.
Get the speed up here for the jibe, boys.
Helicopter
Stand
shimmer.
by, guys. 3, 2, 1, four down.
Okay, boys going.
Luno Rossa Prada Pirelli.
Big trap up,
Jimmy's
check,
been the
okay,
same
no worries.
one and in, and they're into the bottom gate. Heading towards that
Good thing is...
right-hand mark as you see it.
That's one.
And we'll head upwind on leg number 3. have Orient Express Racing made any gains downwind?
-3 here. -3.
Orient Express Racing, little mainsail issue here, not getting the mast rotation through. Something not quite right on board Orient Express Racing here. The sail hasn't gone through. They're going to struggle. Oh, just getting around there. Looked like a little issue there on board Orient Express Racing.
So they've lost some time on that downward leg. It's now 34 seconds. It was 27 seconds at the top mark, and they've dug themselves out of that hole and head up wind on leg 3.
Nice recovery tap there to keep the boat on the foils. Big push now for the cyclists after the big gear change at the bottom.
Ouais, carrément, on va toucher devant.
La tête molle, la pression dans le sein. Et pas très loin de...
Ouais, c'est à gauche. Je pense que c'est à prendre dès que t'es relancé. Ouais, on va se retrouver petit côté.
Having a little look at a replay here of that last jibe into the bottom gate there, Orient Express Racing. I just noticed a little mainsail issue, and you see there that the mast not rotating and the mainsail actually not going through. You see the jib go through, but the mainsail hasn't, so basically no power there. You can see the stalled flow on the main. Not sure what the situation was there, but no doubt we'll find out. But the guy's doing a really nice job just to get the boat going and actually get around the mark and keep the race alive.
Peut-être un petit doigt dans quelques centaines de mètres, là. Un peu plus haut.
Ouais, ça relance un peu, Matt.
Ouais.
Ok, super.
Leeward helmsman there, second from the front, basically turning into a tactician and trim setup guy basically to leeward there, looking at the course management, the opponent, and actually doing the base settings of all the aero package.
It's become a big job, isn't it? You drive, you're the tactician. Quite often you're running performance as well. It's a lot. And also the communication is really hard, I think. The language you use, the way you say it, the way you paint the picture, that is a skill that really has to be refined constantly.
On to chase boat 0 with Peter Lester. Orient Express Racing, what are you seeing, buddy?
When they're able to sail without being influenced by Rossa Prada Pirelli, the boat looks really nice. One observation that I am seeing in the mainsail, in the bottom third of the mainsail, there's some wrinkles coming out of the logo in the bottom third. And I'm surprised they haven't tidied that up. And Glenn might be able to comment on that. I mean, to me, it looks like it might be the mainsail lacking a bit of luck round down in the bottom third.
There's certainly a lot going on with mainsail design on these boats, and great comments there, Pete. And obviously these mainsails going through a huge power range in these light air conditions, so a lot of gear changing going on, mast rotation, clue position moving, Cunningham's, main sheet, Traveller. The skin's really getting put through a huge amount of torture to actually create the shapes needed for these light air conditions. So you're really forcing the sails to do some things that they're not wanting to do sometimes to get the shape that you needed to get maximum performance.
Nice tack, guys. Really good tack here.
Yeah, good course.
Rossa Prada Pirelli at the halfway mark now of race 4 of the Louis Vuitton Cup round robin opening day of racing. This is the final race of the day.
They're coming down.
They got beaten by Emirates Team New Zealand in the no points race, but points are on the line in this one, and they will desperately want the points.
Nice slingshot there.
Bien les gars, c'était un beau prêt.
On est sur du vent assez neutre. Ouais, c'est pas
Something bear away in 10. Some French that I do understand.
Vas-y, vas-y.
Orient Express Racing rounding the top mark, and they've picked up some time. And that's the most important thing. It was 34 seconds at the bottom mark, 26 at the top. Let's go on board the chase boat for Rossa Prada Pirelli. Philippe Presti joins us now. This is what it's all about. Points matters. Sailing comfortably.
Yeah, well, comfortably. At the bottom gate is very marginal foiling, and doing maneuver down there is pretty tricky, and we still have to push and make no mistakes, you know, because if you land, it's pretty much a race over. So it's not over until it's over.
Philippe, it's Glenn here, mate. New sails on board look pretty nice, mate. The big jib there, nice and smooth. So sailmakers have done a pretty nice job there. Well done.
I will tell Marco he will be pleased. Thank you, Glenn.
Nice, mate.
Thanks for your time, Philippe. We'll talk again.
Welcome.
Not in a rush, but happy to go here.
Okay, boys. Nice pressure now for the job.
Big right.
Okay, coming down. Come on, okay, boys.
Lost the rudder. Rossa Prada Pirelli, big trouble.
I'm reconnected almost.
Rudder's still gone there.
Not yet.
You can see the plume of water out the back.
Lily's on main.
A little lower on ride height, guys. Just a little
Still lost the rudder there. The guys are still in trouble here.
Put the rudder on the water a little bit.
Yeah, got it back.
Okay.
Nice.
Reattached flow there. That was a big moment for Rossa Prada Pirelli there.
Sorry, guys.
So just getting too high in the jibe, full ventilation there.
Hey guys, it's looking like one and in right at the moment.
Big scare for Rossa Prada Pirelli.
How coolly did they handle
the
it?
gas, one and in right's good.
Keep it safe on the lane.
It's basically like getting into a full opposite lock slide and just holding it there. Guys on board doing a really nice job of trimming and actually keeping the boat unloaded in the back and not spinning the boat head to wind.
That's tricky, isn't it? You want to keep the boat high
Speed is increasing.
because then you're less vulnerable in the light spots.
Okay, nice.
But yeah, just riding too high, Glenn.
Yeah, just you look at the rudders. They're just so small and so skinny on these boats, and seeing how hard the guys are having to push now on board. Bruno Rossetti, 175 beats per minute. Luca Kerwin, pretty much the same. Both pushing hard there to get the boat back on track again, and they would have been a big gear change for them trying to get the boat rebalanced after that manoeuvre.
I know.
Rossa Prada Pirelli, 2 more legs to go. They've evaded a problem, handled it well, and we'll round the bottom gate and head up on leg number 5. Huge size of relief, I'm sure.
Let's get upwind trim here.
They're only just laying in there.
Great pressure in front.
Quite a nice call not to drop that windward board there, because that would have slowed them down a bit more, but managed to just grub it in with big deep sails and get round the mark. And although it wasn't a tactical rounding, it was a really nice high-speed rounding, so nice for exiting and getting over to the boundary with good pace.
Assez alimenté devant nous, j'ai l'impression.
C'est assez square. Faut faire simple devant.
Orient Express Racing approaching the bottom gate. That gap between themselves and Rossa Prada Pirelli has certainly widened on that downwind leg. 2 more legs to go for the French.
C'est du droit, on peut prendre.
Ok, stand by. Board down. Dernier.
Just having I think a quick look at this jibe again. Rossa Prada getting high there, and you'll just see the rudder let go there. Back of the boat sinking. That's basically just pulling an air path down the rudder shaft itself. So basically running no grip there at all at the back, and you hear Francesco Bruni there taking over the handlebars. That's generally not what you want to feel as you take over the handlebars. Getting a little stitch up there from your mate on the opposite side, but they hung onto it and did a good job of keeping the boat straight again.
looks great.
For those watching who don't really quite get what went on there, was that a real avoidance of a disastrous moment?
Very, very close to having a real spin out, and basically if the back of the boat fully lets go, it's like spinning a car. You basically spin the car out on the track and you'll then stop doing a head-to-wind check. So guys did a really nice job of keeping that under control and actually easing the mainsail down when that was happening, keeping the board down and actually not trying to raise that windward dagger board out. So unloading the back of the boat, keeping the jib in, keeping the boat balanced and neutralising the load on the rudder was really a good job there to keep that boat going straight.
Cool heads rain on that one.
Definitely cool heads there.
Up, 2, 1, here it comes.
Jimmy Spittle calling the breeze, and the breeze has become the overriding issue, not necessarily defending what's happening behind, but looking ahead to see what's coming.
Got a little comfy little lead here over Orient Express Racing and Rossa Prada Pirelli. Just looking far up the course at what's actually coming down. We can only really see on the LiDAR what's inside the boundaries. They can actually look past the boundaries at what pressure is actually coming down. So I'll be looking far ahead to make sure they're not sailing into light pressure, particularly when they're doing the manoeuvres.
Here we go. Just hooked up. Nice.
Orient Express have sailed a tidy race. I would hope they'd take something from this.
Make sure it looks all right.
Haven't really made any errors. I mean, they were dominated off that start, but actually it's all gone pretty well.
Yeah, coming up against the runners-up of AC36.
So the lay line, you're chasing lay line here.
Hanging in there and sailing the boat really well.
3, 2, 1.
Fantastic tack there, Rossa Prada Pirelli. Really high bottom speed there. Exiting that tack in light air, that's probably one of the better tacks we've seen the team do. They'll be putting the bow down now and ripping into the top end.
And maybe we go halfway instead of all the way.
Rossa Prada Pirelli, one of the favourites for the Louis Vuitton Cup final in their second race of the day. The first one, they went down to Emirates Team New Zealand. It didn't matter. This is a points race, and this is the one that matters on day one of the Louis Vuitton Cup.
There we go.
And they're sailing strong.
Hey, catch.
Righty, so I'm thinking to jive pretty soon. I thought, yeah, we'll be in his gas though.
Take it down here. And down.
We have to go anyway.
Hey, coming down.
Nice as motor.
2, 1, and bullets going.
Yeah.
Fantastic onboard shot there of just that mainsail and jib coming through. Big cambers exiting there for maximum power.
Potentially a little
Orient Express Racing. One more downward lead to go towards the finish. Haven't done too much wrong.
Okay, start coming up.
Plutôt fraîche à l'endroit. Il a fait un très mauvais jab, il a repris la droite là.
Ok.
Parce qu'elle est à la Sudaris, il va à bon call.
Ouais, copie.
Ouais, grosse droite là.
Ok. Un bon Gary.
Ouais.
Un bon Gary.
Important jibe for Orient Express Racing here.
3, 2, 1, down.
Better over here than keep going. A little lighter on my side, Keko.
Okay, keep going then.
No longer than that.
Orient Express getting their jibing cleanly. As we've seen though, only one little skid or wobble away from disaster. Both boats pushing hard on the right height.
Luna Rossa will be really thinking about the bottom bit of that course. It's a lot lighter. A lot of the problems have happened there. And really need to have a forgiving entry approach to that finish line.
VMGs here, obviously Luna Rossa, Prada Pirelli accelerating out of the jibe, so not a true reflection of what their VMG will be. They'll be still probably 10 or 15 seconds away of getting to their average VMG. Hats off to the spray painters from Luna Rossa Prada Pirelli. Painting silver is not an easy job, and they have done a magnificent job of that boat. So hats off to the paint division and the shore crew. Not an easy job off the gun, that job, and absolutely magnificent looking boat.
A little charge here.
Under 5 seconds, boys. Stand by. 3, 2, 1, anytime.
Race 4 of the Louis Vuitton Cup opening day, and Luna Rossa Prada Pirelli get exactly what they want, the win and the 1 point going into day 2.
Past the spectator fleet, and yeah, good job, guys. That was not easy, eh?
And as we have already seen, if you've been with us for the preliminary regatta as well, not too much celebration, just another day on the job for Luna Rossa.
And some Italian that I understand as well. French doing some really nice manoeuvres there, coming downwind, and I think the French will be really happy with the way they've got the boat around the track. A tough day, and the team will be really happy to come down and get the boat across the line, having done a really great job.
We go back to that one thing that Ponce used yesterday at the press conference. We want to win races. Well, they've won a race on the opening day. There are 30 races in this Louis Vuitton Cup. They just have to keep scoring points, and they might just be the surprise package of this Louis Vuitton 37th America's Cup. And we will wait and see, because there's a heap of racing to come. Orient Excess Racing, they'll do it by 50% today. 1 win, 1 loss, but how important will that 1 win be, and potentially more to come as they cross the line to finish in race number 4 on day 1.